Okay, I'll be starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. I welcome everyone in this particular house on the certain topic in effect of social media on young generation. Well, before me, you could have heard that many people are talking about the youth generation, young generation, but what I'm supposed to deliver you and what I'm willing to deliver you, the effect of social media on to the young generation in another way, in a certain perspective that you have ever noticed till now. Well, just think about in this certain decade, or maybe probably in this certain century, the young generation is not having sufficient skills or not having the sufficient opportunities to work or socialize in the physical world. And that's how the virtuality comes up. Well, if I just talk about myself, I have grown up in the situation or in the environment in both urban and rural areas. But most of my school life I've spent in the urban areas, where the number of playgrounds has decreased drastically, and currently my younger brother is not having any places to have to play or to have socialized himself with his friends or any classmates. While in a certain time where the youth generation is not having enough opportunities, the youth generation is not having enough time to entertain themselves, to cut out all the frustrations or depressions they're not supposed to have, or they are trying to channelize all those emotions via the social media, where you can have a friend from your area, from your colony, to a certain part of your Bangladesh. Maybe it can be a certain part of the globe, any certain country in the whole globe. So it's certainly giving them the upper hand to make more friends, to make more connections. I have seen currently doing an events in this certain pandemic for public speaking or debates. I have gotten introduced to many people all over the globe, friends from Nepal, friends from Africa, friends from Nigeria, friends from USA, and many other countries. So it's giving us the effect to the young generation, the upper hand to explore more, to know more, to have the comparison. It's giving them the comparison that how the lifestyle is being on their country, on their colony, on their home, also making them a global citizen and giving them the global vibe that yes, I'm not being shackled in my own area, I'm not being shackled in a certain perspective, I'm being a global citizen exploring the whole world. Well, there will be certainly some issues as well. There will be certainly some demerits as well. One of them is certainly mental issues. Another of them is certainly some health issues. And it shouldn't be. It's always our concern, because a person who is using social media quite frequently, he will certainly face some issues because the whole world is a virtual one, and you are physically just looking at a square screen throughout the time. And obviously, if you get addicted, it will certainly make you cost you much more time. We'll not talk about the pros and cons, and we know that all these effects and all these things should be done when you are close enough, if you are mature enough. We are supposed to, whenever we try to give solutions, that yes, we're supposed to try to cut the time as less as possible, to make them to refrain themselves to use the social media. It's never the point. This point we have to glorify that yes, it's also a familiar or synonym of our real world, and it's giving us the virtual and giving us much more capacity to make more bonds. We are supposed to glorify the fact that all of us can make it. We can cut the time off. We can make more awareness, so that all this young generation use it in a positive way, not making it an addiction. Because addictions are never good enough. Well, with that being said, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you very much.